this is Lily, and we are in this video interview having a look at time management. That is a biggie in many people's processes, and I've got a little bit of bad news. It will be a biggie mainly throughout your process, especially in the beginning, because your time management is linked to where and how you are in your physical, practical walking with your physical human body. Why and how? As follows. As a mind consciousness system, we have been existing within energy time. Energy time meaning where we have constantly and continuously moved with experience or reaction, where we will make decisions on what we do within physical practical reality based on how we feel, and based on money, obviously. So those two factors have been our main references of managing time. And both represent energy, fascinatingly enough, because with money there is an obvious experience or feeling towards having to make sure that one has a sufficient effective income, and thus you will primarily manage your time in relation to work, which is money, which is your fear of survival, and to how you internally experience or feel or react within yourself in your particular world or reality participation. And now with process, many people are becoming more aware of how it is that we are not effective at managing time, because we've never managed time, in fact, really, because everything has always been directed by internal and external experiences and reactions as money and feelings and emotions. Now, this is also in relation to your process of changing one's application to and from one's mind as energy to physical as space-time, practical application. During and within that process of changing your attention or movement or expression from your mind into your physical, you'll experience like a resistance happening because of that movement, that shift from your mind into your physical, because as you said, your mind wants it for itself because you are part of its obvious power, energy generation, and you're pulling yourself into the physical, saying no, I'm here, live here, apply here, move here, direct here. And that change will also cause a massive amount of resistance. Most of the time, if you're really walking this, especially when you get to a point of that balance in your process where your application is constant and consistent in stopping participation in the mind, you're walking your writing, your self-forgiveness, and your self-corrective application, and it's like you're actually constantly in that position of resistance to walking in the physical, because it's your process of changing yourself from mind to physical. So it's like literal left, right movement almost that happens, and up, down, as you move mind, physical, and more you assert yourself in the physical, obviously that resistance lessens. And that resistance that will be in your process quite prominently can also permeate and infiltrate into your time management, where you will just feel resistance everywhere to especially doing practical physical things that are important and challenging to your process of change. And the more you accept and allow yourself to give into that resistance of practical space-time physical doings, the more difficult it's going to become to assert your living in and as the physical, as we've mentioned as well in the previous interview, because the mind will see your weakness as giving into resistance and it'll use it. So you've got to I know it's going to be really tough, and it's going to feel like a physical workout sometimes moving through that resistance, and you're going to probably make some strange sounds like, okay, let's do this, let me put my pen on this paper, I'm doing this, okay, breathe, okay. And then even in that very odd, barbaric expression, you'll realize, okay, this is just ridiculous, and then you'll just simply write and go, okay, I'm writing, and it'll go easy. It's just going through that initial really bad resistance every time until it gets better. But it will get better. You just have to have that patience and that movement, and it's simply also an indication of how extensively we've become possessed by the mind, that we have to force ourselves to do something practical in the physical, such as writing, getting things done, completing things, giving things direction, which is physical, practical, and real. Whereas previously, in terms of our energy time, we'd go, no, I don't feel like it now, I'll do it later. Or, oh God, I have to do this for work. I'm obligated to. If I don't do it, I'm not going to get my money. So, oh my God, okay, let me just do it. That's how we usually manage our time, with energy, with experience in relation to money and internal reactions, which mostly ended up to postponement. And therefore, time management is your process of assisting and supporting yourself to walk here in and with and as the physical. The best way that personally we have found works is making your daily list of what it is that you require doing in that day. Because of reality being unpredictable from the perspective of events, situations, and things like that might step forth during your day, maybe not so much do a time schedule as a what requires to be done schedule. So that you can work on this a little bit, that a little bit, there a little bit, there a little bit, and you won't then go into like a frenzy or a judgment or a storm of emotions when other things happen that interfere with your particular time schedule. So also don't trap yourself in time, making yourself subject to or enslaved to time itself. Simply make a list. Okay, this is what I need to do today. You breathe. I'm ready to walk this. Whatever comes unexpectedly, I will then be prepared for. And as and when I have time, I'll make sure I get through all these things. And if you don't get to everything during that day, transfer it over to the next day. And don't accept and allow yourself to postpone and fall into that resistance. Otherwise, it's going to get more difficult. And yeah, that's basically how to then assist and support yourself with time management in the physical. Write out what you need to do and actually just do it. Walk through that resistance and assist and support yourself in the process of actually practically functioning in physical reality and not according to the mind. Thank you.